Hello everyone. Welcome back to another video with me. My name is Cotton Candy Doll. If you're new here, welcome all. Hi. This is a shifting video. Can I just tell you guys I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'll tell you guys why soon. I basically shifted back to Toshinori's house right after I received my punishment, and then I shifted there again. So this video, I'm going to be explaining some things in this video that happened. But before that, I'm just going to tell you guys, I'm going to try to, so I'm going to take my shift back there from when I received the punishment. I'm going to take that date. I'm going to kind of shorten it so I can jump into the next day because this video is going to be kind of long. I'm just going to warn you guys like ahead of time because I have a lot of explaining to do. So I'm going to jump into the video. So as you guys know, I received punishment. I got punishment from Toshinori. When I shifted back there, I came back to his house and he knew I was coming, so he had breakfast made for me. He already had like coffee on the table. He already had like my sugar and everything, and it wasn't poison. So he invited me in, and and then while we were eating, um, I asked him, is the coffee okay to drink? And he said, the coffee is fine. And I like glared at him, and then he picks it up and he drinks it and then puts it back down. So he's like, I wanted to ask you something. And while he's saying that, I'm like turning the mug to the part where he drank off of so I can drink after him. And then he stopped because he noticed. He goes, what? I go, this is an indirect kiss. And I picked up the mug and I got ready to drink out of it, but before I could, he took his hand and he like put it down. And he's like, I prefer to kiss you. He said, I prefer to kiss you directly instead of indirectly. And he kissed me. And then right after, he's like, okay, you can drink it now. So I said, I'm sipping it down. And he's like, so I wanted to take you on another date. He said, but he said, there's kind of an issue. And I go like, okay, I'm like, what's the issue? And he says that, so this is the situation, guys. Mr. Aizawa asked him if he could volunteer at the carnival because they're going to be holding the school. Mr. Aizawa's class is going to be holding the school festival at the carnival. We're having our date, and he can't stay the entire time. So um, Hawks tried to, I guess, volunteer Endeavor to do it. They're doing like an ice cream stand, but instead of a stand, it's like a table, so you're going to be sitting down the whole time. He was trying to explain this to me, and I didn't really understand it because I guess he wasn't really explaining it to me in a way that I can understand. So I'm just like, whatever. All I heard was there might be a problem. That's what was going through my head. I'm like, okay, what's the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem? He says that, since Hawks tried to volunteer Endeavor, Endeavor said he's not going to do it. And also, Endeavor pointed out to him that all the ice cream will melt because they have like an ice cream stand or whatever. So he said it's kind of stupid that he would try to volunteer him for that anyway, but he wasn't going to do it. So Toshinori stepped up to the plate and he said that he would do it. So Mr. Aizawa's class is basically only supposed to be there for part of the day. So Mr. Aizawa is going to be the one, I guess, like dealing the ice cream or dishing out the ice cream. And then when he leaves, he's taking his class with him because he has to go with him. And Toshinori is going to come and he's going to sit. And he said it's basically a sitting job. At least he doesn't have to stand the whole time. He said it's going to be really hot that day, so that's why they don't want any of the booth people. They don't want them standing. They all have to be sitting down, so they don't pass out. I guess from like heat, from like what, heat exhaustion or something. I don't know. I guess it gets pretty hot there. I've experienced a little bit of the hotness. I don't feel like it's really that hot, but whatever. It's their world, so anyway, and he said something about what did he say? Oh, there's going to be a lot of cords and a lot of like wires. So be careful of them when you're walking because there's going to be some fans and stuff plugged in. He said, so make sure that you don't wear any cutesy shoes. Try not to dress too nice. Try to dress like, try to dress like a tomboy. Just look at him like, I no, no. I don't want to dress like a tomboy. Like, what do I look like? Like, no, shoot. Looking all nice and everything. You're telling me like to just do that? No, I can't do it. Sorry. Like, I'm still gonna wear like, I mean, I won't wear heels. I'll wear like clunks. I'll do clunks. If he wants me to do clunks, I'll do clunks or whatever you call them. Chunks, clunks. You guys are probably laughing at me because I know you guys know what they're called. They're basically like heels, and they're at the bottom of your shoes, and they act as heels, but they're chunkier. Um, I can't think of the freaking name right now. Oh, I can't think of it to save my life. Anyway, just forget about that. So anyway, um, so he told me this whole plan and everything they had in place. So I shifted his house, and um, it's basically the same routine. We eat breakfast, whatever. And now he's gonna take me on my half date or whatever because I'm not gonna be able to go on the whole. We're not gonna be able to stay there the whole night. And he also told me like the day's not gonna end early like it did. It's not gonna be over in 2 seconds. He said he actually controlled that. What do you know, guys? So my first date, I got gypped, man. I got gypped, and I felt a certain way about that too. That said something. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the time too because I don't want the video to be too long. But it's gonna be a pretty long video. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna apologize in advance. Sorry, not sorry. All right. Can you tell I'm super excited? Oh my gosh, guys. So we're heading to the carnival, and as we're walking, he has my arm. We're walking arm in arm, and he goes, so Cotton Candy, now you might see a few weird, quirky things happening here, since everyone has a quirk and all this. And I'm like, Toshinori, like, I already know this information already. I know about your universe, so it's not my first time here. Also, I know about I didn't tell him any of this, but of course, I know about Zuko Midori. I know about the class, about Mr. Izawa's class and all that. And I'm kind of excited that I might get a chance to see them. I mean, I'm excited at a chance of, meeting Bakugo possibly or seeing Bakugo. You know, I just want to see like how this is gonna play out and I thought also it'd be really cute to see Toshinori serving ice cream to people, sitting down serving ice cream to them. How awesome is that? And so like, oh, by the way, so Toshinori wasn't wearing he wasn't in his hero um he wasn't in his hero attire. He was just in like a regular shirt and shorts, and he was wearing like sandals. And for me, I decided I wear those wedge. That's what they're called. Okay. So I wore the wedge heels. I wore some black wedge heels, and I had on this nice dress. It wasn't like one of those flimsy dress I've been wearing. It's actually pretty thick. And it may have been like a little bit too hot for the dress I had on, but I liked it because it had like the puffy arms, like the puffy sleeves, and they were like cut off, and then it didn't have a V-neck like this has a V-neck to it. It had like a round neck, and I had like a necklace on it. And so like we're walking, and and he's like, I told you to he goes, dang it, Cotton Candy doll, you never listen to me. He goes, why didn't you just wear regular shoes? Why didn't you wear regular clothes? And I said, because I love the carnival and I wear whatever I want. And this is how I love to dress. So doing two things I love. And he goes, oh my gosh, I can't do this. So then we get to like an area with cords, and he just picks me up and he's holding me like this in the air. Oh, sorry guys. He like holds me up in the air, and he's like walking over the cords because he doesn't want me to accidentally step on them. How sweet is that, guys? Like, how sweet is he doing? Is that he's doing that for me, right? Anyway, guys. Anyway, I'm not gonna say anything. So, oh, I'm just so happy. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. So let's troll. All right, no spoilers, no spoilers. Okay, so Um, so we're walking or whatever, and he goes, Toshinori goes, "Do you want to ride on the carousel?" And I look over the carousel, guys, and it's so freaking pretty. It's like blue and gold and pink, and it has like all these different colors on it. And so the horses are rose gold color, and all of them have like red saddles on the back and black what do you call it? Those think those whatever those are. They're like the reins or whatever. So like we ride on there together. Like he gets behind me, and I'm like in front of him. We're riding on a carousel, and like and then I hear a voice say, "Look, there's All Might." And they're like, "All Might," and people are like waving, and then I see like Izuku Midoriya. He looks over at us, he starts waving, and I like wave at him, and he kind of looks like, "Huh?" like that. And I'm like, "Oh shoot, he freaking saw me." I was like, he freaking saw me, and he waved at me, and then he was like, "What?" Um, and then I started looking around because I was like, I want to see if I can see, like maybe see Mr. Izawa, kind of get an idea of like maybe where he's sitting or whatever, since Toshinori is supposed to join him over there or whatever until he's done. So like I'm looking around, I finally see Mr. Izawa, and he's sitting there, guys, and he's not wearing what he normally wears. He's also wearing like a short sleeve shirt, but I guess it was going to be a heat wave. But he's wearing like a blue shirt, and he has on brown sandals. And Toshinori has black sandals on. So this isn't important at all, but I just thought I would share that with you guys. I thought it'd be fun. So they're giving out ice cream, and so we get off the ride and we walk over to where Mr. Aizawa is, and I kind of stand back. I don't want to like get too close because I'm like, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, that's freaking Mr. Izawa. And I'm standing back there and I'm just looking. I'm like, oh my god. And then like, I can see though. From what I can see, guys, it's like so there's it looks like a sink, okay, but it's like obviously it has like some kind of um it has like frost coming out of it, so like it's cold, but the cold air is coming from the bottom of this of the sink looking thing, and the sink looking thing has like the ice cream in it. It has like it looks like Neapolitan ice cream, but it looked a little bit different. I saw some blue in there and some other like some green, so maybe like sherbet or something. I'm not sure. And so All Might goes over and like talks to him or whatever, and I'm standing like in the background, and then I look behind me, and Todoroki is back there, and Bakugo's back there, and they're like talking to each other about something. They walk off, and then I look over, and I see Mina over there. I'm like, oh my god, all the kids are here from freaking all the kids are here from his class. Like I think I see all of them. And honestly, like who did it not see? I didn't see I didn't see El Chaco for some reason. I saw like Ezekiel Midoriya. I saw Mina Smare. I even saw Kanamari. I even saw him, Kanamari. Um and I saw Momo. I saw who else did I see? I saw the that one kid that could I don't know his name, the mind control guy. I saw him, and I thought only at first I thought only Mr. Aizawa's class was gonna be there. But obviously there was other kids too from like the school. But for some reason Toshinori got volunteered instead of the other teacher, which doesn't really make any sense to me. Anyway, so I'm watching in the background, and Toshinori looks at me, he smiles, and he goes, "All right, ready to go?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then Mr. Aizawa, he's just like eyeing me, kind of like, "Who's that?" And Toshinori, for some reason, he didn't introduce me. I thought he would have said, like, "This is my girl, Kangerida," or something, but he didn't say anything. So I'm just like, okay. So I'm like, I'll just walk with him. So we're walking, walking, walking. We make our way back to um, that boat thingy, that like bass fish with a huge bass fish on the side of it. I think it's meant to be like the pirate boat or something. I don't know, but it goes like this. It goes like back. It goes like this way. And so like we get on that boat and he's like sitting next to me and he's like holding my hand. I'm holding his hand. And then I put my head on his shoulder. And I like close my eyes and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm with All Might right now. Yeah, I can't believe we're together and that he's out on a date with me. I was, when I first got there, when I came back, um, from like receiving my punishment, guys, I was like kind of mad, and I was just like, you know, I was just kind of angry because I'm like, how can you do this to me? Kind of like that. I didn't like completely not enjoy what he did, but at the same time, I felt like, why are you treating me this way? At the same time, but then I know the reason why. It's because he's yandere. He's yandere, and he wants to have this type of control over me. In a lot of ways, he kind of sounds like me, but I'm not yandere, so it's whatever. So we get off the ride. So me and Toshinori are just walking around. We end up eating lunch. We get like corn dogs and then Toshinori goes, I'm gonna go talk to Mr. Aizawa. I'm gonna find out when he needs me to go over to the ice cream. So you just sit right here and just sit here and eat your corn dog, and I'll be right back. So he runs off. Okay, I'm just gonna explain what everything looks like to you guys so you understand. So Ferris wheel, imagine a Ferris wheel, okay? Imagine walking and there's tents. Underneath the tents, there's games. There's games to win like teddy bears. On the other side, there's like popcorn, there's like cotton candy. And then if you go further out, you get to like the rides, like the other rides, like um there's one with like hearts, but like the hearts spin around. They go around in a circle, but then they also spin on their own. So I'm sitting next to so there's a stand right here, the one I'm eating at. It has like French fries, corn dogs. It had all this carnival stuff, like funnel cakes and stuff. And next to it, it has like a picnic table. So he left me there so he can run over, and he had to run pretty far because it's like the concession stand we're eating at was further away from where Mr. Aizawa was serving up the ice cream. And there was other concession stands, but I told him I specifically wanted a corn dog, so he took me to that one because I haven't had a corn dog in a really long time. He tried to get me to get a regular hot dog, but I didn't want a regular hot dog because I wanted a corn dog. Anyway, oh my gosh, that's so fast. Sorry, guys. Let me look at the time again. Yeah, this video is gonna be so long. So anyway, I was eating my corn dog, and Izuku Midoriya runs up to me, and he goes, "Hi, I've been waiting to meet you." And I'm like, "Hi." He goes, "That was so cool last time when you just swooped in and saved that person. They were falling from the building and you just came and saved them." And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "That was so cool. I thought for sure you were going to be our teacher. I got really excited too, and then I found out that you weren't going to be our teacher. And then Bakugo started arguing with me, and then I'm like, yeah, that's so great." And guys, I'm like panicking a little bit because I'm like, when did this happen? So I'm like, oh, I was like, that's great. I was like, oh, that's so nice, Izuku Midoriya. And he goes, yeah, he goes, you said my full name. I'm like, yeah. Because you didn't have to call me by my full name. I'm like, yeah, yes, okay. He goes, well, are you going to become a teacher at the school? Is that why you're here? Like, I didn't tell him that me and Toshinori were together. And I'm like, so I started thinking, guys, what is Midoriya talking about? Like, what the heck is he talking about? He just came out of here, And then I'm like, oh, shoot. That's what it was, guys. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Do you remember the award ceremony? And do you remember when I was getting that Medal of Honor? And and they were like cotton candy doll, and they were all clapping. And remember at the end of the video, and my other video where All Might took my medal and he said, "Do you really deserve this medal?" Remember that? Okay. He's referring to the awards ceremony that day. So when I shifted there that time, he also remembered. Okay? Izuku Midoriya remembered. But Midoriya has the same quirk as All Might. I wonder if their quirks. Well, duh, they have the same quirk. Duh, 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 duh. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm so sorry I'm so silly in this video. I'm such a silly ad. Okay. Duh. Obviously. Um. So then I hear Bakugo, "Nerd, what are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm just getting a corn dog." He goes, "Who's that? That He goes, "Who's that strange lady that you're over there talking to? You just talk to anybody, don't you?" And then he's like walking away. So I guess Bakugo doesn't remember. None of the other kids seem to remember me either, except for Midoriya. So I'm thinking because him and Toshinori have the same quirk or whatever. That's why. So they walk away. Toshinori comes back. He's like, so basically we only have like an hour left. Mr. Aizawa says he wants to take his class back early. I'm like, okay, well, he goes, "What do you want to do next? We can do something else before it's time for me to, go. That way we get a little bit more time together." And he like rubs his hand out. He does like this to my hair, and I'm like, then he kisses me. And I look around because I'm kind of like embarrassed because he hasn't told anyone about us yet. And I'm like, and I'm thinking like, is he gonna tell them about us? Or also like, I don't know who's watching. Like, you didn't prepare me for this, and you should have said something to these kids and to. But then again, and then I'm like, there's a lot of kids around, so don't touch me like this. And he goes, "I know there's kids." And he's like, "I can't wait to take you home tonight. I've been thinking about it all day since you arrived at my house." And I was like, I've been dreaming about you too." He goes, "You've been dreaming about me. You're gonna dream about me again tonight." And he's like, "I can't wait." And so then he's like, "Let's go." He's like, let's go in the haunted house. And I'm like, I don't want to go in the haunted house again because last time I went. And he goes, "It's not going to happen again. It's not going to turn night. It's not going to suddenly be time to go like you think. I told you that was my doing." And I was like, I'm just not in the mood for that right now. And I was actually feeling kind of like down a little bit because like Toshinori had to leave me now and I knew he had to leave. So I was feeling like really down and I'm just like, let's just do something. Um, let's just go walk and let's just talk together. Like I felt like we had a lot of fun on our date, but most of it was like riding on the rides and stuff. Like we didn't get to really like talk to each other. And he goes, "There you go again with wanting to talk. You're so silly." I'm like, "What? It's communication is like the best part of the relationship. You have to be able to communicate." He goes, "I get it. I get it." He's like, "Well," he's like, "Let me win you something then. Let's go play this game over here and I can win you like a stuffed animal or something. Some kind of like teddy bear maybe." And I said, "Okay." So we go over to this stand and the guy hands him he hands him this ball. And you have to hit the target. And when you hit the target, whatever prize is on there. So it's basically sitting on like this it looks like a weight. But when you hit the ball it goes so okay, so there's a button here. There's like a panel here. And when you hit it, if you hit the button, it goes like this and the prize falls because it's sitting on top of this. If you miss, you're not gonna get the prize. So Toshinori, he threw it the first time and he got me this little cute little duck. And like I was like, "Oh," I was like, "This is so sweet." And I like picked the duck up and he looks at the time again and he's like, "Okay, so we still have 30 minutes. What do you want to do?" And I was like, I was like, "Okay, well," and I'm like, I'm really thinking, guys, because I'm like, how much? I'm like, he doesn't have a lot of time. What else can we do? I was like, let's get some cotton candy. He said, "I feel like we should get cotton candy later because cotton candy now you're like addicted to it. I don't know if I want you to have that right now." And I was like, but I already ate. So he's like, mm. He goes, I'll make sure that I get it before you leave. Let's go do something else. So like we decided to get on those little heart rides that was by that concession stand. So we get on those and like I'm like, oh my gosh, I was like, I'm in a heart because it's your heart. And I almost like I thought about singing Toshinori's song that I wrote for him, but then I decided it wasn't a good idea. I didn't know like sorry guys, I didn't know like who would be able to hear me. Plus I wasn't really ready. I didn't know if he was really ready to hear like my feelings about him. I didn't want him to think I was like him, like Yandere, because I'm not. So some of you guys think I am too, but I'm not. Because I would never hurt or kill Toshinori. I've said it like 50 times. Anyway, so after we get off the ride, Toshinori goes over and he's like, okay, so cotton candy doll, you go have fun. And he's like, get on all the rides you want. And when I get done, um, it's not gonna be until later. So I don't know if you want to stand here. He goes, I don't know if you want to stand and wait for me because you're gonna be waiting for a while. And I go, well, I'll wait as long as it takes. I'll wait for you. You know, I'll basically just spend the night or whatever. You know, it'll be fine. So I watch him like running off or whatever. And I'm looking around and I'm like, great, you know, like shoot, he freaking left. And I almost feel kind of like a loneliness a little bit because I'm like alone now. But at the same time, I'm at the carnival. Let's see how much fun I can have while he's gone. So, you know, I get on a few more rides and I go in the haunted house by myself because I'm thinking like if I come out, maybe it'll be dark. Maybe he's just lying to me about that, you know, controlling that. And I leave out and there's still light out, and I'm like, dang it, it didn't work. This last time I left out, it got dark and we had to go back to the house. And you know, that was when I received like that was when I received my punishment that time before I drugged him and all that. Anyway, before we drugged each other. Anyway, so I'm leaving out of the honey house and I see this kid and um he's trying to hit this I don't know what it's called, guys. It's like a hammer. You hit the hammer and then you hit the hammer on something and then it goes up and it hits the whatever the thing is up there. It goes ding. And if you do it, it gives you a certain amount of points. And then the guy standing next to the ride, he's gonna hand you a prize or whatever. So this little tiny boy is trying to do it. He can't even lift the hammer. So I'm just watching him. I'm like this. I'm just like, yeah, he's not gonna be able to hit that. And then out of nowhere, like, I guess his quirk kicked in, and he like, bam, and he like hit it, and it went flying off of the so it went flying off of the thing, and it flew toward me, and like I didn't. Okay, guys, so it flew toward me. I wasn't able to move out of the way in time, and then Hawks came, and he like put his like wing there, and I was like, oh my God. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, yeah, I'm fine. And I go, thank you so much for saving me. And he goes, you need to be careful. You should have used your quirk. I go, yeah, I should have. He goes, why didn't you use your quirk? And I go, I just, as I didn't see it coming. He goes, your reflexes are faster than that. That I know. And I go, okay. He's like, just be careful. And I'm watching him walk off, and um, I remember one of you guys wanted me to ask him to say like, and I didn't remember, so I was just like, somebody likes you. And he was like, what? And I was just like, nothing. And I kept walking because I was like embarrassed. I'm like, oh my gosh. So like walking away, I'm like, maybe I should leave. Like, I don't know how safe it is here without Toshinori here to protect me because that could have been bad if Hawks wasn't there. Like he literally like put his wing out like a shield and shielded that thing from hitting me. So anyway, that thing was broke now. So like The kid was like throwing a fit. The mom was like carrying him away. Oh, Shiro, like carrying him away or whatever. And so like I look over and and like from like far away I can see Toshinori sitting down and Mr. Aizawa's class, I guess they were all like leaving or they already left. Because I didn't really see a lot of kids there anymore. I saw like a couple of kids. So I looked over to where the ice cream stand was and I'm like, I want to see Toshinori. So I'm gonna go over there and I'm just gonna act like I want ice cream. And then I'll talk to him while he's making ice cream. So I go over to where he's making ice cream. He's like, I'm standing in line. I'm like, the line is really, really long. And I look over and I'm like, there's a ton of people in this line. The line was like, guys, the line was like stretched, right? And I was like, where are all the. I'm like, there's not really that many kids, but like, there's a lot of people in line. So like, I'm staring at him and he's just constantly, he's making these ice creams. And the ice cream is like endless, guys. It's not going anywhere. So I'm standing there, I'm standing there, I'm standing there, and then I'm like, I got an idea. I'm gonna do something bad. So you guys know I was trying to look for a way to get back at Toshinori for what he did, right? I know I shouldn't do that. It's probably pretty petty, you know? It's probably petty, right? It's pretty petty right now. Someone just saved my life. Now I'm gonna do something bad. I know I'm terrible. Okay, this is what happened. So you guys know I was trying to drug Toshinori. Um, you guys know that, right? And you know that he ended up drugging me and it didn't work. And I needed a situation where he was stuck where he was and he wouldn't be able to move. And then I could do whatever I wanted. So I went to the other side of where the table was and I started climbing under the table. So I crawled. So like there's grass and there's like cords everywhere. And um so I'm wearing like these white I'm wearing my white leggings. They're like stockings basically. I'm wearing those, but I don't care. I'm just like the grass is like tall enough anyway. It's not dirty. Like it's mostly everything was grass. So like I'm crawling over to where Toshinori is sitting. And so I'm right at his where his legs are. So he's sitting like with his legs apart. So I reach over and I know he felt me because he like stiffened, like his body went like this, and I went inside of where his underwear was, and I like pulled out his bulging rocket, his huge pole, his his god pole. I like pulled it out, and I started rubbing it in my fingers and like playing with it, and I hear him go, and he's trying to like move his legs and stuff. Oh my gosh, and he can't move his body away. He has to sit there and serve the ice cream. So I'm secretly laughing while I'm doing this, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm just I'm stroking him and stuff, and so then I like put my mouth on it because I like want to get like the best reaction, and I hear him like kind of like like that, and he's trying to like move and stuff, but he can't. He can't like move. He's trying to like move away like. So awesome. So like I kept doing it, and then finally he like got his love milk and then like swallowed all of it. Then like so afterwards I made a noise like a noise like that, and he like so I started like crawling from under there, and I get to the end of the table and I climb from under there and I look over, and he like stands up and he like turns and looks to me, and guys, he looks so angry. Like he is like he's probably angrier than I ever seen him like ever. And like so he looked at me and he's like frowning, And the people in line are like, "What's the matter?" Like they don't know that. They don't see me. I'm like behind, like at an awkward angle, but I'm standing there looking back at him, and I'm like kind of look scared, like, "Oh my god, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. I'm so dead. I am so dead, guys. I'm so dead." So he's angry, and then he tried to like step, like he wanted to walk toward me, but then he stopped, and he's like, and the mom, this mom walks up. She has two blonde twins, two twin boys, and she's like, "They would like a vanilla ice cream, please." And she's like, "Hurry up and get the vanilla before it melts." And he's like, and I saw his face like turn kind of red, and I went, "Oh, I think he's still." I mean, I know I felt him. I know I felt him like hit my like I felt him eject, and I ate all of it. So I like went back under the table when he wasn't looking because I knew like he's hurt again, and I think it's from me making that sound. Okay, this is the thing, guys. When he's like, when Toshinori is like waist deep in me, he's okay. I know he's never heard me make that sound before. The fact that I can do that and he gets like rock hard again, that right there tells me that he must really like me. Also, he's probably never heard me ever make that sound because, like I said, when he's waist deep in me, it's impossible. It's freaking, that's never gonna happen. Because if you guys, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, there's a certain pace and a certain rhythm, and it's just too fast for me to have that kind of. I can't make like those kind of sexual noises. It's like impossible because the pace is like that because it's freaking Toshinori and he's fast as hell. And so I crawl back under the table for round two. Hey, if I'm gonna get in trouble, guess what? If I'm in trouble, then so I go back, you know, and I put my mouth on it again, and I start slowly like working him through, like my fingers, my mouth, everything, and I can feel him, and he's like, and he's still giving out the ice cream, and he gets to like I guess the last person, and I hear him say, "Cotton candy doll, when I get home, I'm gonna tear your ass up." And I paused for a minute because I thought like, and then I went, "What makes you think I'm gonna?" I stopped for a minute. And I go, "What makes you think I'm gonna go to your house and wait for you to get there? I'm not gonna. Are you kidding me?" So I keep going, and I wait for him to come again, and I'm like, "Wow!" I'm like, "He's freaking delicious." Also, like, it's so much of it. I'm just like, oh, also, guys, I also got up too. I was like, like, oh my god, there shouldn't be any kids watching this. So, like I said, if you're like 10 years old, you shouldn't be watching. My content is mature for mature people, not little kids. So anyway, I climbed from under there, and he had like one customer left. So like he stood up and he looked at me, and like he's like frowning again. So then like he put up there's like a sign I guess next to him that says like be back in 5 minutes or something like that. And I think they use that for like the bathroom or something. So he put the sign up and he starts walking my way. So so now I turn around and I'm like walking fast. And I'm looking behind me as I'm walking and he's still there. He's still walking behind me and I'm like, shit. So like I look around the corner, like the seat, and it's like less and less people. And I'm like, oh my god. So then I take off and I start running. I look behind me, he's still like walking. And then like I turn around again and he's like gone. And I'm like, so then there was this tent like on the side of me. I walked around the tent and I looked, and he was heading back over to the ice cream stand. And he started serving ice cream again because more people came. He saw like this huge crowd of people coming back over there, so he went and he sat back down. Oh, that's the only thing that saved my life, guys. It's the only thing that saved my life. But he said he was gonna have to stay there all night, and it was still pretty early. It was like 7. So I left. I went to his house. I went to his house. I climbed into his window because his front door was locked. I knew his window would be open because I, every time I go to his house, I unlock his window just in case I decide to shift there and like. But you know, I've stopped doing that since then. I don't do that anymore because that's bad. I shouldn't be that naughty, right? Anyway, I climbed through the window. I decide to take a bath since I'm all dirty. I feel like such a dirty little girl. So I get into the tub. I clean myself off. No, wait. Before I got in the tub, I went around to the back of the garden before where he was like pounding me, and I had that accident. Well, I went over there and I like peed over in that same area. Then I went and I got in the bathtub. I cleaned myself up. And then I got on his bed. I started rolling around on his bed so that his bed could smell like cotton candy. I went over to his table. I like sprawled myself out across the table and I'm like rubbing out my scent all over his couch, all over his stuff. And then I called my guide. And my guide shifted me out. But I'm telling you, as soon as we got back, my guide shifted me out, right? He like fell down. My guide falls over. It's only half of his face is showing. So it's like, again, because he disagrees with me. Anyway, I came back here. And honestly, I probably won't go back there for a week, guys, because I really did something like big time. Like, oh, but it was so good. I finally got the good. I wanted it so bad, guys. I could not wait. He told me I was gonna have to wait a year, guys. What would you do? Wait a year? Come on. You do all this stuff to me. Like, it wasn't fair. I had to do something. I had to take action. I told you guys this video was gonna be really long. Hopefully he doesn't kill me. I have a feeling I'm dead, guys. I am so dead. Oh my gosh. He said he was gonna tear my ass up. Say a prayer for me. Maybe I shouldn't have been so naughty, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so dead. Anyway, I couldn't wait to tell you guys what happened. That's why I was so excited and happy in the video. I am not Yandere, okay? He's Yandere, not me. So, um, I'll probably do another video on, my visit to Toshinori. Because I don't know when I'm going to visit him again. You might not get another video till like next week. I'm so serious, guys. Like, but I don't want to be away from him. I feel like I should go back there right away and receive my punishment. I don't know. I'm never ever going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. Like, ever. So, I mean, I got away with it. Like, he couldn't do anything. He had no choice but to take it. He had to take it like that. I know I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm so naughty. Oh, I'm gonna get it so bad. Oh my gosh, she's gonna make me scream. And there might not be anybody around. I mean, at least, no, I mean, I got what I wanted, so that was what I wanted more than anything. Oh, just thinking about it. Oh, his milk. His love milk. Oh. Anyway. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll keep you guys updated if I go back there or whatever. I don't know, but I'm super, super excited. I've never been happier. Like, I know I'm gonna get my ass towed up, but I am so like happy. Nothing could like ruin that. Even me thinking about getting in trouble, like, I don't care. There was nothing he could do. Nothing. Now, I should have made him say something like, "You're my bitch now" or something, but nah, I wasn't gonna do that. There's people, they might have heard and be like, "What's that?" And like all they have to do is raise the blanket and see what I'm doing. Anyway, Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Have a good day.